Welcome back to Sunday Morning Gamer, the weekly podcast where we sit down, talk all things video game news related, or just anything we're playing that week. Today's episode is brought to you by the internet. It's everywhere. More specifically, we went on IGN and we looked up a top 10 N64 games, and we're going to run through them and see if we agree. Which I can already see from number 10, I do not agree. Or I don't even know why it's there, to be honest. I didn't know it existed. Don't know why it's there.
Alright, so Nintendo 64 games, top 10. Lay it on me.
Alright, number 10, we got International Superstar Soccer 1998.
What?
Exactly. When I first thought we were going to do this, I thought we were going to talk about games that we played.
I don't know if I've ever seen Nintendo 64, any list referencing games lists this game. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't even know what the hell it is, to be 100% honest.
Well, it's a soccer game, but it's
obviously,
just like,
there's that, but it's not
or
it's not a
football.
FIFA or anything. So is it a one-off? Do you play as funky characters? Do you have special
Yeah, it
shot
definitely
powers
looks like funky
NFL
characters.
Blitz and stuff?
It's not like they're bulky and wonky shaped bodies, but I can definitely tell from the head of the character, it's not like a licensed person or something.
Yeah, that's lame though.
Yeah. Number 9 is a well-known franchise that I've never taken part in, but it's Rayman 2: The Great Escape.
I'm familiar with the franchise, but I had also never taken part in it. I mean, I was still pretty young. I was born in 90. Or maybe the Nintendo 64 released in 96, so I was 6 when it came out, but I had it throughout the years, and I had just always found the Rayman franchise to be childish for my tastes, and I was never really into it.
And it's kind of surprising that I didn't play it because I really enjoy platformers. I think it was more of a character design for me that was a make it or break it. I just didn't like his character.
Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I can't really say childish because a lot of games on Nintendo 64 were childish.
He's still alive. They keep making little side-scrolly type games.
And then they took the rabbits, because wasn't that from the Rayman series?
Yeah, they tried to make that a thing.
With that. I never played the franchise. I'm sure a lot of people have and have a lot of good memories with it. So number 9.
Well, apparently the second one was the best. All right, but moving on to number 8, we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 8, which I actually played on the PS1.
8?
I didn't. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's number 8. That's my bad. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the original, like the one they just remastered. But it's for N64. I played it on PS1. Yeah, it's definitely got a soft spot in my heart.
I have an issue with that, and probably a couple other entries on this list that I might not be familiar with them. It being cross-platform, does it deserve to be on a Nintendo 64 list?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I think we'd have to.
And if I had to say anything, I played it on Nintendo 64 and I played it on PlayStation. It played way better on PlayStation than it did on Nintendo 64. Great game. Better on PlayStation. Doesn't deserve to be on a Nintendo 64 list, let alone top 10.
Yes, sir. Number 7, and I think should be personally up on my personal list, but Banjo and Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie, great. Both 1 and 2, excellent games.
Don't you think it should be up higher, though? Higher than a 7?
Well, I'd like to see what else he has if Banjo and Kazooie is at 7. I love Banjo-Kazooie. That was one of my great RPG times of Nintendo 64 era. Great storyline, some more adult underlying jokes if you were a little bit older playing it. The character voices are iconic. The just nonsense garble
they don't
that
say
they do.
anything. Yeah.
Proceed with the number 6.
Alright, number 6, and this is also where I agree that Banjo-Kazooie could at least be slid up one more number. His number 6, he has Wave Race 64.
You serious?
Yeah, fuck you.
Gloves are off. I don't even know what it is.
Wasn't that
Never
the
heard of
jet
it.
ski one?
Well,
Wasn't
yeah,
it like the offshoot of like Jet Moto and it sucked?
Dude, that's what I remember. Jet Moto. That's what's in my memory bank. I used to love that game. It was only on a demo disc though, for me. I never actually bought it.
I'm not even gonna waste my time researching this and like trying to fact check myself on it because it doesn't deserve to be number 6 at all.
Never.
I never see this game anywhere, any lists, anybody talk about it ever. I didn't hear about it as a kid, or I did rented it once and erased it from my memory.
Well, you're gonna love number 5. I can tell you that.
Great.
Excite Bike 64.
Who makes a top 10 list of Nintendo 64 games,
I
one of the most
agree.
iconic systems of all time, and puts these bullshit racing games in their top 10 list. Yeah, Excite Bike,
Excitebike.
totally better than
Yeah,
Banjo-Kazooie.
Jet Moto
Totally holds
ripoff.
up.
Yeah.
I don't have faith in the next four, but please proceed.
Okay, number 4 is GoldenEye 007,
Okay.
which, yeah, I'll agree with. My dad kind of put the whole James Bond thing on me growing up. We watched a lot of the movies,
Oh, yeah, I
so
remember you were super into James Bond for a
yeah,
while. You and
GoldenEye was a big
Mike.
one. GoldenEye was a big one. But then also I would always go down to my cousin's house and we would just have like a 4v or what is it, a free for all. Yeah, we'd have a free for all brawl in the multiplayer. And that was always fun.
I wasn't big on competitive like that. Like I said, I played it a few times, but it was never really my cup of tea. Let's go for top 3 now, right?
Yeah, top 3. Not
All
what I
right, these are the-
expected, but I know it has like a cult following and it's Perfect Dark.
Never played Perfect Dark. I understand the cult following, but it was one of those games where I was young during the system's time frame. I'm pretty sure it had a mature rating,
Yeah, yep.
so it wasn't something I could get my parents to purchase for me.
Couldn't get your paws on them.
I may have had some friends that had it, but it was never anything that was like, yo, dude, you need to play Perfect Dark.
To be honest, the first time I played Perfect Dark was when it was remade on the Xbox 360, and even then I wasn't like hooked. It was like, all right, yeah, it's a spy shooter game, yeah. It doesn't deserve a number 3 though. I feel like we've said, this is N64. I feel like the top
feel
3
like-
N64 games need to be Mario games.
I mean, it was the system for Mario.
Yeah, so like if your top 3 is not Mario games, then what kind of N64 title is this? Moving on to number 2, we have Super Mario 64.
Respectable, good answer.
I'm gonna argue
Finally.
number 1 though.
You can argue number 1, that might be personal. I would agree with anybody putting Super Mario 64 in their top 5. The lower end, like if you put it at 4 or 5, it's kind of like, what? Maybe you didn't play it that much. I didn't play it that much. It might sit somewhere around like 3 or 4 for me. There were a lot of multiplayer games. I played a lot of Mario Party. I played a lot of Pokemon Stadium, like the mini games.
That was my first
which
game.
that's not on the list. That's on top 10. What the fuck?
No, yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing. That's all right, but yeah, and Mario 64, great game.
No issues there, IGN. And I guess we're gearing up for number 1, and I'm not excited to hear it.
Yeah, you might
More
be a little bit.
nervous. Cringe nervous.
No, you might be a little bit relieved. Number 1
Mm-hmm.
is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
I said okay.
I could see
That's it. Okay.
Well, I know I was arguing my top 2 earlier in the episode or in a previous episode. However, we're clipping this. You know, it's subject. If I really have to sit down and think about it, that could change. And Ocarina of Time is a great game for a lot of people. I definitely have hundreds of hours spent in the game. I had the guide. I've gotten every golden Skulltula before. Like, I've beaten this game 6 ways from Sunday, and it's a great game. I just don't know if it would be my number 1. But it comes down to nostalgia factor and yada yada. Zelda, huge icon, yada yada. It was my least mad out of the top 10.
Well, that list was very interesting to say the least. And that's more or less IGN's thoughts on a top 10 N64 games list. I don't know, we would have done it a little bit different, but maybe that's for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made it this far. This is more of a new editing technique that we're going to be trying for some episodes of the Sunday Morning Gamer. If you want to catch our normal podcast, we are on every Sunday on just about every platform that podcasts, and then you can also find us here on YouTube, which is probably where you're watching this. But once again, thank you guys so much. A like is always appreciated, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you next week.